It is 8:30. It is the 4th day of August 2021. It's my birthday, you marks. You gotta get me a present. I am your grumpy guide to all things gaming, the OGGM, and believe it or not, it's Wednesday. Another week has rushed on by, which means it's time to take a look, as we always do, at what might be on the shelves at our friendly local game store. That's S Games and Anime here in Ventura this week. Now remember, these dates, sadly, are all tentative because shipping of a lot of the product is way behind. As we say every week, we have to remember with a grain of salt, take these as release dates because COVID and other shenanigans, everything is about a year behind in regards to shipping. There are literally stacks and stacks and stacks of shipping containers on the docks in Detroit and overseas on Taiwan and China and over in Germany where all this stuff gets printed, just waiting to get on boats and trains. But because everything is backed up and, COVID, so bloody, yakety schmackety facts. Again, just these are supposed to be out, but if they're not out, understand we're trying. But again, we have logistics to deal with. All right, from Legendary Games, we have Aegis of... Try that again. From Legendary Games, we have Aegis of Empires Adventure Path compilation. Jesus Christ, that's a tongue twister. Aegis of Empires Adventure Path compilation. Aegis of Empires... Yeah, Jesus, dies. Did you make it... That is a tongue twister. I don't know if they intended it to be or it's just accidentally a tongue twister, but that one's tough. All right, this is for both 5e, Pathfinder First and Pathfinder Second. It's a multi-volume adventure path. As with most adventure paths, it takes you all the way up to 17th level. It's set in the world of the Lost Lands. From Legendary Games, it's $89.99 for, I don't know if that's $89.99 for the entire collection or $89.99 for each book. Probably $89.99 for the entire collection. So you can get it for D&D 5e, Pathfinder 2nd Edition, or Pathfinder 1st Edition. $89.99 for the entire 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 book adventure path. Okay. At least I hope it's for the entire thing, not one for $89.99. That would be outrageous. From Tomorrow River Publishing, not today River Publishing, but Tomorrow River Publishing, we have Phaynak the Deep. Phaynak. Phaynak. For 5th edition, this is a softcover adventure for $22. It starts the characters at first and takes them all the way up through 4th and 5th. I guess it's an ocean-based, sea-based mini campaign. Phaynak. That sounds Korean or maybe Taiwanese, possibly Chinese, or maybe it's just a made-up word. Anyways, Tomorrow River Publishing. From Legendary Games for 5th edition, we have The Dragon's Hoard, issue number 8. This is another zine filled with 5e and related type thingies, magic items, monsters, options, spells, adventures, typical, dragon / magazine format. And that's $12.99, $13. From Legendary Games for Pathfinder, we have Cartomancer, a spellcaster that dabbles in every magical tradition as they draw their power from a deck of cards. That's equal parts weapon and magical focus. $20 for this optional class for your Pathfinder. If you want a spellcaster that throws cards at people and those cards become thing, check it out. But as with always with any optional class, make sure your DM is okay with it before you bring it to the game. From Tony D. Trezilia, Diterlizzi, D. Trezilia? I'm probably saying that wrong. I apologize. Player Character Record Sheets Volume 2. Pack of Character Record Sheets, System Lists. Each character record sheet features an original character designed by award-winning artist Tony and includes a couple of short backstory for each character. So it's not character record sheets, it's NPCs. So they're not blank, they have pre-made NPCs on them, and then they're like sheets for each NPC with pictures and stuff like that. That's interesting and way to do it. I don't know if I'd waste an entire character record sheet on one NPC where I could do like 4 per sheet. A little picture, little blurb, flip it on the back. You have some more of like the system information. You could probably do 4 for a sheet. I don't know if I'd waste an entire sheet on each NPC, but for $25 for, doesn't say how many. It just says pack. Good idea. Definitely good idea. But I think I'd want to see, personally, 4 per piece of paper, not just 1 per piece of paper. But still, I like it. It's a cool idea. From Crucible 7 for Warhammer Fantasy for $35, we have Archives of the Empire Volume 1. This details various races wandering around the Warhammer Fantasy role-playing universe, like dwarves and hobbits, their empires, their various racial things, stuff like that. So if you want to get deeper into the various races and species that wander around the world of Warhammer Fantasy, check this out. From Mongoose Publishing for Traveler, we have Shadows of Sindel. It's a 3-part campaign set against the backdrop of the Pirates of Drinix. So I guess it's adventures. Hardcore adventure campaign, $45 for Traveler. And Mongoose Publishing, we have Paranoia RPG Security Clearance Dice Pack. So this is dice specifically for Paranoia, with the Paranoia sense of humor very much evident on the dice. That's cool. Yeah, that looks like it for publishing print news. $90 for an entire adventure path. That sounds cool. You get the whole adventure path together. You don't have to buy them one at a time. I like that. So that one's got possibility. And the player character record sheets by Mr. D. Trezilia. A lot of potential there, though, again, personally, and this is no rub on him, I'd do 4 per sheet, not 1 per sheet if I had any creative talent whatsoever. But since I don't, I gotta just envy his art and ability to do something this cool. So those are it for our stuff for this week that might be on the shelf of your friendly local game store. Head on down to your friendly local game store, that's Cess Games and Anime here in Ventura, and see if they're getting any of these products in this week. Till next time, I am your grumpy guide to all things gaming, the OGGM, wishing me a happy birthday, and I will talk to you later. Now buy me a present.